Hello everyone, I'm going to be showing you a replay of a battle I had as the Aztecs in Medieval 2 Total War. Now, I am pretty much the only Aztec player that is playing. I love the Aztecs, I'm very good at playing as them, and I win most of the time. I do occasionally lose, because you can't win them all. And I plan to totally destroy the assumption that the Aztecs are just terrible and you can't win as them. So here's all my victories as the Aztecs. Alright, now as you can see, it's lagging a bit here. That's because, as you can also see, I'm using the... Well, I'm not using it, I'm not hosting this battle, but this is the huge unit size. So there's a lot of men in one unit. 150 is a lot. Anyway, I'll show you my unit setup as soon as I finish setting up, which will be a second, so I'll just start recording when it's done. Okay, here is my unit setup. Every time I play the Aztecs, I use the same army, so if you ever play against me, this is how the army will be set up, and this is how I fight. Alright, I always have 2 units of Jaguar warriors here, and then 1 unit of Eagle warriors, my personal favorite, and then 1 unit of Guachique, and then 1 unit of Spearmen on my left flank, and it's mirrored on my right flank, so the 2 Jaguar warriors, Eagle warriors. Alright, and behind them, I have on my left flank 1 unit of Coyote priests, and the same in the center, and the same over here on my right flank. There they are. And then I have my archers, well, my general there. And then these guys here are very important. The spearmen on my left and right flanks. Big army. These, just simply them being there keeps cavalry. When people see that the Aztec spearmen are back there, they don't even bother, usually, bringing their cavalry anywhere near, because they think, oh, spearmen, I can't win, I'm just going to keep my cavalry back. But that's not true, actually, because if you are good at using cavalry, you can easily kill these guys. So that's more of a psychological thing, but it also, they can ward off attacks. Anyway, that's my setup, so we're going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to go ahead and speed up the battle a bit here until the action happens. Alright, now, this is going to take a while. Here's his army. It's gonna lag a bit, so be prepared. Alright. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Sergeant Spearmen, and then 4 units of peasants. I honestly do not understand why people use peasants. It happens all the time, and peasants are useless. Like, have some light infantry. I just don't understand. Anyway, and he's got his general back there. And then, woo, over here, he has 2 dismounted French archers. Are there such thing as mounted French archers? I don't think so. Anyway, there they are. And then he has, I believe, 4 units of chivalry knights? 3. And these guys are actually pretty cool. They have swords and shields. Wait, do they have shields? No, they don't. Yeah, but they have pretty long range. But now, here's the meat of his army. Oh yeah. That is his cavalry. He has 4 or 5 units of chivalric knights. He has a lot of them. Oh god, look at how many there are. 80 men per unit. 5 times 8 is 40. That's 400 men over there. Insane. Anyway, he's going to kick off the battle by shooting his flaming arrows into the most important units I have, my Coyote priests. They're key to my victory. So I realized that he's shooting at them, so I just throw my archers forward to try and mingle them in there and keep, ward off the French attacks. Or at least absorb the arrows. And, yeah, then I start my guys chanting, obviously, because they inspire my men and uninspire them. And so now, he's making a fatal error right here. He is clumping all of his troops in one part of my army, in this case the left flank. That's a bad choice because, as I will in just a second, my army is very flexible. So these guys here, I can just move them around because all this is just be one clump of guys, and I'll attack them from the sides, and these guys over here, I'll attack them from the sides, and then they'll be all routed. Then I can move these guys over here to deal with whoever's attacking my left flank. And that's where all his cavalry are. He has no cavalry at all except for his general over here, and because his general is actually left alone, ta-da! Bring all my spearmen forward, and he looks like he's forgotten about us. So I take advantage of that, and I attack him with my spearmen. Yeah, and then over here, as you can see, that's what peasants will do. Absolutely nothing but run away. Peasants are worthless. And that's pretty awesome. Anyway, then I have this big gaping hole in my army, and there's my general, and he makes his fatal error here too. He has those knights there, and he could have easily charged through and killed my general, or at least engaged him, but he didn't do that, so that's good. And I charge these guys forward to try and plug that hole, then I realize that he's not going for that hole at all, he doesn't even think it's there, so I just ignore the hole myself, and look at this, look at this!
We need to act!
He doesn't utilize it. Anyway, and then I bring these guys back here, forward. Big part of using Coyote Priests is that you have to know where to put them in good spots where they inspire your troops and uninspire enemy troops. And also, the great thing about the Aztecs is you can run the Aztecs around all you want and they almost never get tired, which is awesome. Anyway, and then over here on the left flank, I just decided that this was a lost battle, and that I would just simply keep these guys over here as long as possible, and then win on the right flank, and then just move these guys forward. And look at this, look at this, look at this. Ho ho! That's pretty bad. Devastating for both of us. Anyway, after the battle, this produces a nice little O shape. An O shape of dead people, which I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. Anyway, over here, he has almost successfully enveloped my troops, but because of my Coyote Priests, my troops don't rout, and his troops do. So I'm able to maneuver my troops around, and these guys back here come around, and boom, they rout. And then back here, I did the same with my Eagle Warriors, my personal favorite. I love the Aztecs. Then over here, my Coachique are fighting off some Sergeant Spearmen easily. And all the while, they're firing their arrows. See, my Spearmen fended off against them. Now these guys back here, this is bad. Oh, terrible, terrible. Although Aztec archers actually are very, very powerful, especially when they are backed up by Coyote Priests that keep them from routing. Because the Aztec archers wield maces, those little balls on sticks. Those actually crush armor like nobody's business, so they can fend themselves against cavalry. That is a dead general. Actually, I captured him, didn't kill him, but same effect. So that has this wonderful effect of making these guys rout, and then I chase them and have my favorite thing of just slaughtering hundreds of them as I chase them. That's a personal favorite thing of mine. And then he makes the same error twice, and has all his men in one big clump. And then I, of course, utilize that and attack him. Anyway, and over here I decide I want... And his archers, as you can see, are very powerful. They have swords, and they are fending off against my Eagle Warriors and Jaguar Warriors quite well, actually. But they are greatly outnumbered. And so, I am shocked and amazed that I actually win on my left flank. That's just amazing. These guys eventually rout. And I thought I was going to lose over there so much, but it's a good thing they did rout. Ooh, lagging a whole lot here. Ooh, wow. That's what happens when you use the biggest unit size. It lags a lot, but it does give it a great feeling of epicness. It really does feel like a huge battle, which is the point, I suppose. Anyway, these guys are out, and then over here, I bring these guys forward. And it says they're light infantry. I disagree. These guys are heavy infantry. And I forget about them for just a second, but that's okay because these guys start to charge ahead, but they get slowed down by a hail of arrows. Slowed down enough that I can bring these guys ahead. These guys stop charging, and I bring these guys ahead into his archers, and ha ha ha. Anyway, as you can see, he's charged his knights down the hill, and are attacking my spearmen, intermingled with my Coachique, and then behind them, my faithful Coyote Priests, chanting away. Well, they're not chanting right now. There they are. Ha ha! They are the key to victory. And then my general doesn't do anything the entire battle. And these guys back here I kind of forgot about. I had to move them a bit. So I amazingly won on the left flank. I don't know how I did that, but I did. So I just bring all these guys forward and charge into these dismounted chivalric knights. And that causes them to rout. And then over here, my Coyote Priests doing their job. And then these French archers will eventually rout as soon as I can get these guys around back. But they don't have to because these Eagle Warriors run ahead. And see, they're only warmed up. They've been running the entire